I'm at ZAMBIA at Lusaka International, and just demonstrating what happens when you got your head down the cockpit looking at the autopilot, and you should be heads out of the cockpit taxiing. Big X painted on the runway there to indicate, yep, don't go there. Anyway, luckily no harm done. And we can get onto the active runway, which is 28 heading to the west. And then of course we're going to turn to the south. Now there's someone landing, I just heard on the radio, so see what they probably have to wait. See what they say. Let's get the radio up. Okay, students, here we go. Mike India Golf 1.
Lusaka Tower, Mike India Golf 007, ready at runway 28 west departure.
I think I can. Oh no. Okay.
Departure to the west of route. Cleared for takeoff, runway 28.
Jolly good. Mike India Golf 1.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 28007.
Okay, they probably landed and parked and had a shower and washed the aircraft and had croissants while I was trying to find my way back to the runway. So we're cleared for takeoff. The time is 9:24 and 29 seconds. So let's say 9:25 AM takeoff, and we've got this lovely river gorge trip. 10 seconds to go. Do a run up. Temperatures and pressures are good. It's actually pretty cold here today, 7 degrees C. So we've got the anti-icing on, and we're at 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3. Thunderbirds, I go. Nice long runway. 60 knots. Good performance actually. 80, 90, 100 rotating. Oh, slight stall indication there, but climbing, positive rate of climb, gear up, and flaps up. Right, let's turn left to our first waypoint, and we're climbing to what they say 5,000 feet, I think. Check my notes. 5,000, yes, 5,000 feet. I'll answer him in a moment. Well, I better do it now. Mike India Golf 1. Since I already made a goose of myself. Driving off the runway. I guess he's had enough of me. Let's check the GoPro cameras out. There's a left wing, right wing tip, left wing tip. It's all good. And notice we just passed over that lake. That's a good reference to send us to the first waypoint. And the 3 little ponds here. Mike India Golf 1.
Lusaka Tower, Mike India Golf 007, frequency change.
Okay, so I'm just reaching 5,000 feet. 5,000 feet, exactly. Puts us about 1,500 feet above the runway. Or 1,300 feet. Halfway to the first turn point. Let's get my trim sorted out, it's better. So this is Lusaka, and lots of interesting things to see here for sure, but you'll thank me when you see the beautiful river gorge I found just to the south of town. Reminds me very much of the Kimberleys in Western Australia. So let's come right a little bit, get the left wing camera out. Oh yes, so easy landmark. That for one large building we can see. That's where we turn left. Coming centre of screen right now. That's the one. And there's another airport just there, we just flew past it. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. First turn point. Luckily for us, it's the only high rise here. And right in the smack in the centre of town, so that's a good turn point. Turning to the south, a couple of lakes there, and dual carriageway highway there. Also quite a lot of train tracks across the countryside, which just run absolutely dead straight lines. At first I thought it was a glitch in the matrix, but upon further investigation I worked out, no, it's I cut the trees down and cut the grass, I guess, and they're dead straight. They go for a long way, so once you get out of town they're quite useful. Just keeping on track here. So heading roughly, we want to be about 199. Yep, 200, round about there. I've just changed my autopilot to display panel, so bear with me. In fact, it was one of those days that changed a lot of things before this flight. Well, half a dozen things, that's enough to confuse you. I added status lights to the throttle quadrant for flat and speed brake status. Worked out how to turn all the lights on and off to that panel. Linked it to the battery switch, so that was pretty cool. And finally got my flaps controls working properly. Still a bit funny this aircraft, but if I go full down and one back, I know I'm at half flaps. Okay, so we're 4,900, close to the, now one of my instructions to self-pilot's notes say, at the rail bridge, let down to 3,500 feet. Okay, cool. Well, that's about 10 miles out. Let's have a look to the, I don't know what I'm doing, going south, so looking to the east, to the west. It's all very nice, very colourful. And those irrigated circles look just amazing. Some parts around town there's 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 of them overlapping. Looks like crop circles. Awesome. So such a rich green. Now you can see this road. Cutting through the pass here, and that's leading to our. So let's start letting down. It's leading to our river and the town of Kafue. Change the radio channel, we don't need to hear that. Yeah, so the river's up here, we want to be 3,500 feet at that point. So yeah, I think you'll enjoy this. I know I do. We come right a little bit because we're going to turn left. We're slowing down as well. Throttle drive back. 3,900 for 3.5. Turning left. You can turn left anywhere at the river. Doesn't matter. But there is a railway bridge which at the moment is underwater. If you want to be precise, at waypoint 2, which is coming up. So heading good, we're turning left, altitude coming down a bit more. Just the trim, speed is slow, 200 knots in this case. And we might get a look at this bridge. Might not. Maybe not. Oh yeah, there it is. Yep, it's going left wingtip. Yeah, you can just see it. Okay, so we're down to a couple 100 feet now. Let's just follow the river for about 5 minutes. And when we get around the corner, we'll get a very pleasant surprise. Watch the speed. Don't get too slow. Very reminiscent of Western Australia, I can tell you that. Watch the speed, keep the speed up. So you want to be in a speed range which is, you're not going to stall, but in which you can manoeuvre easily, and you'll see why in a moment. Now, for those who want to take friends on virtual, actual scenic flights, this is a good one to take them on. So here's our second bridge coming up. This is the Kafue bridge. It's a road bridge, it is above water. And there's a hard left turn coming up after this. And a nice surprise. Watch the altitude, watch the speed, start turning left. And we enter, drum roll, anticipation builds, we enter Kafue Gorge, which is very much like the Ord River in the Kimberleys, Western Australia. High terrain around it, full of crocodiles, and just absolutely stunning to look at. And you can see why we don't want to go too fast. Some pretty tight turns along here. Now look at that beautiful terrain. The water looks spectacular. I'm going to get a GoPro shot of that. So nice. Spectacular. Another few miles. Now if that doesn't chill you out, I guess nothing will. Look at that. The sun on those hills. Now, coming up to Kafue Dam, I believe. I'll look at my map again. I'm still a few miles out. So the river widens out. Very steep cliff there. It almost looks unnatural. I love the liminal zones where the water meets the land. It's just so nice. Waterfall over there. Okay, dam is definitely coming up. It's at the end of this narrow pass. So I'm actually going to climb a bit so we can turn left and have a good look at it. Because it's pretty hard to see from low level. There it is. Nice. I'll get the wingtip camera onto it. Yeah, awesome. So good. Right, we'll keep turning pretty much due north and climb over these hills. We need to get back to 5,000 feet. or if you could duck through there. Yep, it's up to you. So left of track, I'm a bit right of track, sorry. Coming left, take us between these two peaks here. Okay, so I'm going to crank it up. So it's been a 15-minute flight already, which is not too long. Yep, we're on track. It's just probably a quarter of a mile to the right, but right direction. We'll just come left a little bit. Just want to trim a bit. It's better. Gently does it. I had a horrific accident in Macau with the trim wheel. I just had it too sensitive. Put about, I don't know, 3 or 4 negative G on the airframe and ripped off the wings. Luckily I landed in the harbour next to the airport. It was all good, but still. So since then I've changed the sensitivity curve, so the middle range of the wheel is quite slow, and it seems to work just fine. Now we're picking up the speed here. So I'm only at 4,000. I did say 5,000, but I got roped into terrain following. It's kind of a default mode for me. So it's almost, yeah, it is a plateau actually, isn't it? Because we're up to 4,500 now. So yeah, it is on a plateau at Lusaka. Let's get up to 5,000 again. Slow down a bit because we're coming back up on the city limits. City's over that way. Coming up the east side of town. Just magnificent spaces here. They're so wide. You can see forever. 5,000 feet. And of course you can have a lot of fun following these roads around the place. Believe it or not, we're almost back at the airport. So there's the main town over there. We'll have a fly around there later on. It's called the airport. No, 121.3, is that what I want? No, I want the tower. Yeah. No, international. Number 3. Now I'm confused. Now it's number 1. They move around. Okay, 118.1. Let's get back on the right channel. Mike India Golf 2.
Lusaka Tower, Mike India Golf 0076 miles south, 5,100 feet to land.
Mike India Golf 007 Lusaka Tower. Altimeter 29er decimal 92, wind 276 3. Fly left traffic, runway 28.
Excellent. Same runway we took off from. Mike India Golf 1.
Left traffic, runway 28007.
And I've got that dialed in. Airport's right in front of us. So they're going to be landing to the left. Do a fast downwind. Yeah, look at those circular patterns. You'll see a lot more of those around here. Turning to downwind. Runway was 37, we're at 48, so that's pretty good. 1,000 feet. Reciprocal heading. There's our runway. How flat that is, how How big?
Clear to land runway 28.
Like India Golf 1.
Clear to land runway
Expansive.
2007.
That's the word I'm looking for. It's expansive. It ennobles the spirit flying out here. Makes you feel bigger. The mind, you know, gets very metaphysical. Some more crop circles. That lake up ahead's a pretty good reference. I think I will. I'm going to have to turn now for sure. Okay. Turning back to 280. Make some G's there. I should check the G meter after this flight. Yeah, those lakes are pretty good reference actually. Right, slowing up. Speed brake out and just check that my new warning light does in fact operate. Nice. Speed's dropping precipitously. Yeah, that's a pretty good lineup right there. Gear down. Flaps down. And that light works as well. So full flaps for landing. Gears coming down. Speed braking. 3 greens, fuel's good, flaps are good. Altitude's good. Right on glide slope for a change, very rare. 129 knots, pretty fast, that's okay. It's a long runway. 112, almost touchdown, but hold off a bit longer. And 102, which is pretty good. Brakes are on. Left and right brakes.
007, turn next taxiway.
Phew, that was good. I will check the G meter later. I'm sure it was only a few G's, but anyway, the canyon run. Yes, I really enjoyed that.